Foreigners in a nation with a distinctive culture, such as Japan, may feel intimidated by the strict regulations of everyday life and social interactions. It is not expected of foreigners traveling to Japan to be knowledgeable with Japanese etiquette, but having a rudimentary understanding of the culture will go a long way toward assisting you in adapting to the local norms and preventing you from making cultural faux pas. Hello and welcome back to our channel, Curious Media. Here are some social faux pas to avoid when visiting Japan. If you are planning your trip to Japan in the future, this video is going to come in handy, so make sure you watch it till the end. Number 7. Don't dismiss the queuing system. It doesn't matter if they're waiting at a bus stop, on a railway platform, or even for the elevator. The Japanese love to line up in a neat and ordered single file. There are lines painted on the floor of the platforms at train stations to indicate where passengers should stand while waiting for their train. When the train pulls into the station, the doors will open precisely in the middle of the two lines of waiting commuters that have formed parallel to one another. Do wait until all the passengers have vacated the train before boarding in single file. This should go without saying. Number 6. Please don't blow your nose publicly. In Japanese culture, blowing your nose in public is regarded to be rude and impolite. If you need to take care of a runny nose, go find a bathroom or some other area where you can be alone. In public places, particularly during the colder months, it is not unusual to see people wearing face masks. This indicates that the person has a cold and is trying to limit the transfer of germs and infection to other people. Number 5. Avoid loud calls on public transit. When in public, Japanese people will typically use their mobile phones in a discreet manner and will try to keep their phone conversations as brief and as quiet as possible. Many people are occupied with their mobile devices while riding on public transportation. They may be texting, listening to music, watching movies, or reading, but phone calls are quite uncommon. If you have to use your phone in a public place, find a place that is somewhat calm and has few people in the immediate area. Number 4. Don't point. It is considered quite disrespectful in Japan to point at other people or things. The Japanese do not point with their fingers. Rather, they use their whole hand to make a gentle wave motion in the direction of whatever it is they wish to express. People will sometimes touch the bridge of their nose with their forefinger while they are talking about themselves rather than pointing at themselves. It is also considered poor etiquette to gesture at something with your chopsticks because it is deemed rude. Number 3. Avoid using one hand to give and receive things. When handing and receiving things, particularly relatively little items like business cards, both hands are always utilized. This is a cultural norm in Japan. Also, instead of handing the cash to the cashier directly, it is customary to place the money on the tiny tray that is located next to the cash register when making a payment in a store or a cafe. Number 2. Avoid eating on the go. Eating and drinking on the move are not common practices among Japanese citizens. Drinks purchased from one of the numerous vending machines that are available in public locations are similarly drunk immediately, and the can or bottle is placed in the recycling bin that is located next to the machine. Fast food that is sold from street vendors and stalls is eaten standing up. In a similar manner, eating or drinking on public transportation is considered to be poor manners. However, long-distance trains are one of the few exceptions to this rule. Now, before we reveal our top pick, make sure you smash that subscribe button and hit that bell icon to get notified whenever we post a new video. That said, let's get going. Number 1. Don't leave a tip. In contrast to the United States, where it is expected that customers will leave a tip, Japan does not have a culture of tipping. And it is even possible that doing so might be interpreted as an act of impoliteness. At restaurants, the tip is already factored into the total cost, and most taxi drivers will even round up the fare for you if you ask them to. If you leave a few cents on the table, the waiter will definitely come after you to return the change that you forgot. There's no denying that Japan is jam-packed with fantastic attractions. Perhaps in the United States or elsewhere, these behaviors would be considered quite normal. Nevertheless, in Japan, it could be considered extremely disrespectful. Since the Japanese are known to be kind and respectful to foreigners, it would be to your advantage to refrain from being disrespectful while visiting the country. If you liked the video and found it informative, make sure you give the video a big thumbs up and share it with your friends as well. Thanks for watching.